All right, let's dive into the analysis of TNON stock based on the provided data, which covers the period from May 5th to August 1st, 2025. The goal is to give you a sense of TNON's price movements, key technical indicators, and what they might mean for its short-term behavior. TNON stock overview. What's been happening? TNON, listed on the NASDAQ, has had an interesting ride over the past 3 months, with its price fluctuating between a low of 0.8588 on June 13th and a jaw-dropping high of $2.48 on August 1, 2025. The stock closed at $1.54 on August 1, showing a massive spike in both price and volume. 225.5 million shares traded that day, compared to an average of around 100,000 to 300,000 shares earlier in the period. This kind of action screams volatility, so let's unpack what's going on with the price trends and technical indicators to see if we can make sense of it. Price movement. A roller coaster with a big finish. Early May to mid-June, TNOM started at $1.15 on May 5th and saw some ups and downs, peaking out $1.35 on May 12th before trending downward. By June 13th, it hit its lowest point at 88.01 cents. This period showed a steady decline, with the stock losing about 23% of its value from its May high. Volume was moderate, ranging from 100,000 to 1.3 million shares daily, suggesting no major catalysts were driving the price. Late June and to July, the stock stabilized around 90 cents to $1, with a few pups above $1, like $1.14 on July 21 and $1.11 on July 9th. Volume picked up slightly on some days, but nothing too wild. The stock seemed to be consolidating, with no clear direction. August 1st explosion. On the final day of the data, TNON surged to a high of $2.48 and closed at $1.54, a 49.5% jump from the previous day's close of $1.02. Volume skyrocketed to 225.5 million shares, indicating a major event, maybe news, a short squeeze, or institutional buying. This kind of volume and price action is rare and suggests something big happened. Why the surge? Without external news, the data doesn't include fundamentals or announcements. I can't pinpoint the exact cause, but the volume and price spike on August 1 suggests strong buying pressure. It could be a breakout driven by market sentiment, a catalyst like earnings or a partnership, or even speculative trading. The fact that the stock didn't close at its high, $2.48, but still held $1.54, shows buyers were aggressive, but some profit-taking likely occurred. Technical indicators. What's the chart saying? Let's look at some key technical indicators from the data to understand TNON's momentum, trend, and potential support and resistance levels. I'll focus on the most recent data, July 31 to August 1, and trends over the period to give you a clear picture. Moving averages, trend direction. Simple moving averages. SMA5, $1.14 on August 1, up from $1.04 on July 31. The price closing above the 5-day SMA, $1.54 versus $1.14, shows short-term bullishness. SMA20, $1.08, which the price also cleared on August 1. This suggests the stock broke above its medium-term trend, a bullish signal. SMA 50, $1.86, again surpassed by the close. The stock is now above its longer-term trend, reinforcing the strength of the move. Exponential moving averages, EMAs. EMA 5, $1.20, slightly below the closing price, indicating the short-term trend is accelerating upward. EMA 20, $1.94, also below the close, confirming the breakout above the medium-term trend. Takeaway. The stock's move above its SMAs and EMAs on August 1 signal a potential trend reversal from the earlier downtrend. However, with such a sharp spike, we need to watch for sustainability. Momentum indicators. Is the rally overbought? Relative Strength Index, RSI 14, at 77.51 on August 1, up from 47.10 the previous day. RSI above 70 typically indicates overbought conditions, suggesting TNON might be due for a pullback or consolidation unless the momentum continues with strong buying support. Stochastic oscillator, stock K5, and stock D5. Stock K5 is at 30.09 and stock D5 is at 24.59. These are surprisingly low for such a big price move, indicating the stock isn't overbought in the very short term, 5-day stochastic. This could mean there's room for more upside before the stock hits extreme levels. Williams percent R, Williams R14, is at negative 62.26. It's not in overbought territory, typically below negative 20. This aligns with the stochastic, suggesting the rally has legs but could slow down soon. Takeaway, the RSI screams caution due to overbought conditions, but the stochastic in Williams R suggests the stock hasn't hit peak momentum yet. Traders might see this as a chance for more upside, but a pullback to test support levels is also possible. Trend strength, ADX 14, 29.56 on August 1, up from 25.54. ADX above 25 indicates a strengthening trend, and the jump suggests the bullish move is gaining traction. However, it's not yet at levels above 40 that indicate a very strong trend. Arun oscillator 14 at 7.14 with Arun up at 100 and Arun down at 0. This is a very strong bullish signal, as Arun up hitting 100 means recent highs are dominating and Arun down at 0 shows no recent lows. This confirms the breakout strength. Takeaway, the trend is turning bullish and the Arun oscillator's extreme reading supports the idea of a new uptrend forming. The ADX suggests this trend is solid but not yet unstoppable. Volatility and risk, ATR and beta. Average true range, ATR 14, is at 0.162 on August 1, a big jump from 0.062 the previous day. This reflects the increased volatility from the massive price swing. A higher ATR means larger price moves are expected, so traders need to brace for choppiness. Beta 14 is at 1, indicating TNON moves in line with the market's volatility. It's not overly volatile compared to the broader market, but the recent spike suggests it can be a wild ride on specific days. Takeaway, the stock's volatility spiked on August 1, so expect big swings. Risk-tolerant traders might like this, but it's not for the faint of heart. Volume and momentum, OBV and MACD. On-balance volume jumped to 225.77 million on August 1 from 234,876 on July 31. This massive increase confirms strong buying pressure behind the rally. OBV tracks whether volume supports price moves, and this surge aligns with the price breakout. MACD, the MACD line 0.047 is above the signal line 0.021, with a histogram of 0.026. This bullish crossover, MACD above the signal, confirms upward momentum, and the positive histogram shows the rally is gaining strength. Takeaway, volume and MACD scream bullishness. The OBV's massive jump suggests institutional or heavy retail buying, and the MACD confirms the momentum is on the buyer's side. Support and resistance, Bollinger Bands and PASR. Bollinger Bands, BB upper, BB middle, and BB lower. On August 1, the upper band was $1.30, the middle, 20-day SMA, was $1.08, and the lower was 86 cents. The close at $1.54 smashed through the upper band, a classic breakout signal. However, prices above the upper band often pull back to the middle band, $1.08, before continuing. Parabolic SAR at 0.9702, well below the closing price. PASR below the price is a bullish signal indicating the uptrend is intact. Support might be around the middle Bollinger Band, $1.08, or the 20-day SMA, $1.08, while resistance could form near the recent high of $2.48. What does this all mean? TNON's chart is telling us a story of a stock that was stuck in a downtrend or consolidation for most of the period, but exploded on August 1 with massive volume and a 49.5% price jump. Here's the breakdown. Bullish signals: the stock's close above its key moving averages, SMA 5, SMA 20, SMA 50, EMA 5, EMA 20, a bullish MACD crossover, soaring OBV, and a strong Arun up reading all point to a powerful breakout. The trend is turning upward, and the volume suggests conviction behind the move. caution flags. The RSI at 77.51 screams overbought, and the price breaking above the Bollinger Band suggests a potential pullback. The high ATR indicates volatility, so expect sharp moves in either direction. Key levels to watch. Support around $1.84, 20-day SMA and Bollinger Middle Band, or $1, recent consolidation zone. Resistance, the recent high of $2.48 could act as a ceiling, but if momentum continues, new highs are possible. Volume context. The 225.5 million share volume on August 1 is a game changer. It suggests something big, maybe news, a short squeeze, or institutional buying. Without more data, we can't say for sure, but this kind of volume doesn't happen without a reason. What should you do? If you're a trader or investor watching TNON, here's my take. Short-term traders. The breakout is exciting, but the overbought RSI and high volatility suggest a pullback could be coming. You might wait for a dip to the $1.08 or $1.10 range near the 20-day SMA for a better entry. If you're already in, consider taking partial profits near $154 and trailing stops to lock in gains. Swing traders. The bullish trend, ADX, Arun, MACD, suggests more upside potential if the momentum holds. Watch for a hold above $1.50 or a test of $2.48. Keep an eye on volume. If it stays high, the rally could continue. Long-term investors. Without fundamental data, earnings, news, etc., it's hard to judge TNON's long-term value. The technicals show strength, but the volatility and lack of clear prior uptrend make it risky. Dig into the company's fundamentals or wait for confirmation of a sustained trend. Risk management. With an ATR of 0.162, set tight stop losses, e.g. below $1 or $1.08, to protect against sudden drops. This stock can move fast, as August 1 showed. So, final thoughts? TNON's massive spike on August 1 is a head-turner, and the technicals back up the bullishness with strong momentum and volume. However, the overbought RSI and high volatility mean you should tread carefully. This could be a breakout or a pump-and-dump setup. Keep an eye on support around $1.08 and resistance at $2.48. If volume stays elevated and the price holds above key moving averages, this rally could have more room to run. But always do your own research. Check for news, earnings, or other catalysts driving this move. So, what do you think about TNON's action? Are you riding the wave or waiting for a dip? Let me know and I can dig deeper into specific indicators or scenarios if you want.